back. Surprise! So thank you everyone for watching my last video. That was really awesome of you guys. I was really happy to see all the great comments that everyone posted. So that is super great. So I decided to do another video. And here I am. So as far as all of the projects that I was going to do or had planned on doing, I didn't do any of them. Surprise. Yeah, I have a really hard time focusing right now. Okay, so the battery died. This is probably why I stopped using this camera to make videos, even though I don't hate this camera. It just only takes batteries and it doesn't have a power supply of any sort, so it's kind of sucky that way. Most of my other videos, or I should say like all of my other videos, were filmed on my phone. Which my phone is great for filming videos. It's just, it's being a jerk recently with the whole, I think the battery's going in it because my contract is up, so the lifespan of the phone is probably getting towards the end. So I was looking at videos on how to replace the battery today, and I might be doing that, just because getting a new phone isn't really in my budget right now, because phones are expensive, and the plan I have on my phone isn't compatible with any new phone apparently, so I'd have to pay quite a bit more to get a similar plan to what I have now, which is ridiculous. But anyway, you guys aren't here to talk or listen to me talk about my phone or the camera I'm using, so let's get down to it. Yeah. So as far as projects go, I've kind of just been piddling around with stuff because I've been finding I'm always tired and it's hard to focus on things for a long period of time for some reason. So everything I've been working on has been little short spurts of things. So I haven't done any of the reroutes I wanted to do. I've planned more reroutes that I want to do. So it's kind of a weird thing where I keep adding reroutes to my queue and not actually doing them and doing other stuff instead. So I guess before I get into projects I've kind of started / completed, but they're like complete BS, I'm just going to show you a couple dolls that I've kind of put together recently. I forgot one. I have to go get her too. Be right back. Okay, so for Christmas I had received a lot of made-to-move body donor dolls, and a while ago I just kind of put them on whatever body sort of kind of worked, or put heads on them that sort of kind of worked. And one of those dolls that I put a head on a body was a Dance Magic Barbie from 1989. And I thrifted this doll last year? Last year. Definitely last year. This year's barely started. So her head is kind of orange, but I really wanted to give her an articulated body, so she got one, and I really love this doll. She's one of my favorite superstar dolls that's not totally hair Barbie. Surprise. But yeah, I like her with articulation. I think it suits her a lot more. Not like it matters, but yeah. Dance Magic Barbie. Woo! So another doll that I kind of completed recently was this guy that I saw his head randomly on eBay, and I thought he was really good looking, so I grabbed him up. Had no idea who this head even was. Apparently he's, I want to say he's based off of some MMA fighter. For some reason I thought he was Tom Hardy, but he's not Tom Hardy. He's some MMA fighter that I cannot think of his name of because I don't follow MMA sports. But anyway, I got his body finally, because he's been on a Batman versus Superman Batman body, which is good as far as proportions go, but it isn't the best match for this type of head. So this is a ZC Toys, some type of muscular body. I don't think it was labeled properly, and that's probably why I was able to snag it pretty cheap. But all the packaging seemed legit, so I don't think he's a knockoff. And he seems to fit broad Ken clothes pretty well, which is great because action figure clothes can be very expensive if you are looking for anything sort of modern, trendy versus military. So I've been grabbing up any broad Kens that I see to steal their clothes, and I feel kind of bad about that. Just because there's no real articulated bodies for broad Ken yet, so yeah. So I'm just stealing their clothes and their shoes, even though their shoes are pretty generic as far as Ken shoes go. It's just that the clothes seem to fit a lot of action figure bodies, so I'm okay with that. This guy's head is a little warmer toned than the body that he's on, but I didn't really care so much just because action figures are all over the place with tone, and every company's tones are different, and it's, you know, whatever. His beard kind of hides that anyway. So yeah. I had to rig his head to fit on this body to begin with, just because his the little ball thing inside of the head, it's put in crooked, so it was hard jamming the neck peg into that to begin with. But the other thing, oh my god, I need to remember to mute my phone. So anyway, the neck ball on this body is also a lot bigger diameter than the connector for the head, so I had to find a alternative method to attach the two together. I ended up taking apart a pull-up spine, which has bits and bobs in it that you can use for other things. So I took the joint connector out of the spine to use to connect his head to this body, and it worked really well, which was great. I also got to use that spine piece for something, which is getting junk out of my parts bin, finally. But yeah, this guy. And since I was revisiting sort of action figure 1/6 scale male dolls, I pulled out, he's stuck to his stand, there we go. I pulled out my mini-me and I redressed him in a new shirt from a fashionista Ken that I picked up a while ago. And yeah, so he's looking more like me now, because before he was wearing, who is it? Emmett Cullen's shirt, which is me still, but I've been wearing a lot more t-shirts recently. So yeah, he's wearing a t-shirt now, and I think he looks like me. There's a good resemblance anyway. So yeah, action figure dudes. I don't want to say I'm getting more so into action figure dudes, but every once in a while I do browse action figure dude heads on eBay just to see kind of what's out there, because a lot of them are pretty cute. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still not into the whole action figure female side of it, just because those fleshy bodies really weird me out. And they just get a little too uncanny valley for me, where the action figure dudes don't really do that so much for some reason in my brain. So yeah, action figure dudes. I'd like to get Mini-Me a better body at some point. He's got a knockoff TML-18 body maybe, which is a knockoff of Hot Toys. So his arms are a little loose, which I could fix, but I think he would just do better with more of a body like the other guy here, or the actual fatter body that I've seen online. Not that I'm obese or anything, but I think it just might suit him a little better. So yeah, moving on. So I've noticed online that a lot of Walmarts in the US are doing like massive clear outs on specific dolls after Christmas. So a lot of stores are clearing out all their Harry Potter dolls for ridiculously cheap, which is driving me nuts because they're like $5 now in some places and they're still $40 here. But I digress on that. So I decided to go shopping and look for deals. And since I live in Canada, we don't really have after Christmas clearouts on most things that aren't Christmas decorations or Christmas related in some sort. But I was able to find this year's holiday Ariana Grande Barbie, who isn't actually Ariana Grande, but I think she's similar enough that she can pull off the look. Anyway, I was really glad that this doll went on clearance. For clearance in Canada is nothing like clearance in the States, so she was $19, but she was $50, so I'm okay with $19. And I've already rebodied her because I'm not really into model muse bodies. At least for dolls I like to photograph and stuff. They're okay if they're like a dress doll or something like that that I put on the shelf and just look at, but like actual dolls I want to do stuff with, I like to articulate them. But yeah, I think she's actually really cute in person. Her hairline is a little wickety wonk, but whatever. She was actually the doll I wanted most out of the three originally, and then I saw some seriously wonked pictures that people had got or had taken of her, and I was just like, maybe I don't want her, and I ended up getting the blonde Barbie, and I just haven't done anything with her because I don't like her as much as I thought I would. Okay, now the furnace is going to kick on. So now that I have her, I'm really happy, and I wish I would have got her originally because I do think she's very pretty. She is flawed, obviously, because she is a Mattel doll, but she's okay. I'm glad I didn't pay full price for her. that I'm going to say for sure. Okay, so now we're going to get into kind of the little things that I've been working on this week, which hasn't been much really. Kind of slacked off this week. Especially with things I said I was going to do and I didn't do them, but I have Project ADD, so I did other things instead. So I know last video I said I was going to do a Midge reroute, and I needed to finish that one because I hadn't really made any progress on her. I'm starting another Midge reroute instead. The plan for this one is, this is an Elsa Disney Store body I thrifted this week, and the plan is to reroute the head, the Midge head, paint match her Midge heads to the Elsa body, and give her a face up. And I have the face up planned, like I have a whole inspiration folder for what I plan on painting on this doll. I just can't paint her because I have to reroute her and paint her skin, and I can't paint anything until I get her head rooted. So that's where I'm kind of stuck with her because I'm not in the mood to reroute, I'm in the mood to paint. And I'm not in the mood to paint anything specific, I just want to do this doll right now. So it's doll repaint tunnel vision that I'm dealing with. Because I have the She-Ra head that I need to paint, I have numerous other heads I need to paint, I have bodies I need to paint, but for some reason I wanted to paint Midge specifically. And I don't have any rooted heads that I want to repaint. So I really need to get on this reroute, or finish the other reroute so I can paint that one, but I'm really wanting to do this one. And speaking of reroutes, Amazon had their, she's not Endless Hair Kingdom, she's the Dreamtopia version of the Endless Hair Kingdom giant 18-inch Barbie. So they had her on clearance, and she was like a little over $15. So I grabbed her up because I used that hair to reroute a few heads. One was my Totally Hair Barbie reroute that I showed last video, and another one was a Vina reroute that I did, which is, I call her Totally Hair Vina. But, and another head, which was just a mod era Barbie head. But anyway, I ended up getting the Dreamtopia head, and I found out the hair is about 2 inches shorter approximately than the original Endless Hair Kingdom version, but I still will make use of all her hair. I've already taken her head off because I've done something else with her body. It's funny because I had no plans for the actual doll. I literally just got her for the hair because buying that doll with hair is cheaper than buying hair, which is nuts to me. Just after like taxes and import fees and shipping, it was cheaper to buy this doll from Amazon to steal her hair from, and this head will give me at least 2 or 3 reroutes, so that's kind of nuts to me. But as far as her body goes, I put a Liv doll head on it because I didn't know what to do with it, and the Liv head seemed big enough that it could work. I've been kind of mulling over this rebody for a couple days, and I'm still not sure if I'm 100% liking it. But maybe it's just the eyes she has, which are insanely blue. But I do enjoy the scale. I hate that nothing fits his body, so she's wearing sort of random Ken clothes and her original shoes because I don't have any shoes really that will work. I tried a few pairs of big footed doll shoes on her. So the WWE Superstar dolls, their shoes can fit her, but they sit at a weird angle. Same with Bradzilla's shoes, they can fit, but they're at a weird angle. Monster High shoes are too small. Ever After High shoes are too small. So it's I wanted to try some color infusion shoes on her. Maybe those could work. And I didn't really want to try She-Ra's shoes on her because I didn't want to wreck them because they're like a pleather. So for now she's wearing her original sandal things. But yeah, it's amazing how I found this Liv head in my head box. And I was really concerned that I didn't save any wigs, Liv wigs, because usually I thrift Livs and keep their bodies, toss the heads. The wigs are usually shot, so I throw them out. This must have been a wig I had purchased on a doll new. So it's actually decent shape, but I find the hair is really bad quality, and it's really light and tangles super easy and always flyaways. But yeah, like I said, I'm not sure if I like this combination enough. I don't know if she'll be sticking around, but she'll be sticking around temporarily anyway, just until I figure that out. The last Endless Hair Kingdom doll, I used her body for an Ariel hybrid, a Disney Store singing Ariel, and I put her head on the Endless Kingdom body, and I like that. I just don't have any other singing dolls I could put on this body. The only one I have is Pocahontas, but she needs the other Endless Kingdom Dreamtopia doll for her body because she's darker skin. I'm going to be doing another She-Hulk doll because I'm a glutton for punishment and I love She-Hulk. So I've ordered her hair. The seller has shipped it ground, so I have no idea when I'm going to see it. But as far as everything else goes, I have a body and a head I want to use. I decided to use a Wonder Woman body because it's muscular. I'm also using a Mira head, Justice League Mira head, not the one for Aquaman. Because I bought this head because I really wanted Mira, but the hair isn't anchored in any way, and it pulls out super easy. She's also got some staining, and I kind of removed part of her eyebrow trying to get the staining out. So I decided I'm just gonna wipe her and turn her into She-Hulk. So hopefully that works out because hopefully this will be my final She-Hulk doll that I do, and hopefully she'll be everything I want. I'm not saying my other She-Hulk dolls haven't been wonderful, they've just been learning curves, and this will be the first She-Hulk doll that I actually reroute and do everything from scratch. So I'm really excited to work on this project. I just really wish the hair was here like last week, just so I could start it. Not that I am really good at doing reroutes right now, but at least if I had the hair, I might start it. Because like this doll, I'm not sure what hair she's getting to begin with, so I'm stuck with that. But yeah. Yeah, I need to wrap this up. So the last thing I've done, hopefully that hasn't been in the shot the whole time, doll stand. But last thing I've done is I went thrifting, and I've just been thrifting bodies, doll body random things like Ken bodies, fashionista bodies. That's all I've really been able to find. But yeah, so I ended up finding a bag of it was all the dolls in the thrift store I go to. They come in baggies, and there's 2 dolls randomly in a bag. So I ended up getting a Raquel, which I believe is a Dreamhouse Raquel, and she doesn't have the smirky head. She has like the standard Raquel head, but they blew it up really big, and it just looked bad. So I just used her for a body swap. And then the other doll was a 2015 holiday Barbie, which... There's my laundry timer. Oh god. Where was I? So I have the 2015 holiday doll. When I was looking at this doll in the baggie, for some reason she wasn't registering in my head as the 2015 holiday Barbie. And I thought this doll was much prettier than the 2015 holiday Barbie I have. And that is because her hair was taken down. And whatever kid had this doll before played with her a lot, I'm guessing, because her body was really dirty and her hair was taken down, but the elastic was still in part of her hair at the back. But she was still brushed out, so she just had a wad of elastic in her hair. But I think she's really pretty, and I realized last week that my camera doesn't pick up anything up close like my phone does, so I'm probably wasting my time holding her up like this, but there you go. Holiday 2015 Barbie. I also took the dress from Holiday Ariana and I cut the bottom off because I saw somebody do that online, and I made the dress shorter, and it's actually a lot cuter this way. I wasn't sure if I should go up another layer of tulle, but I left it here. And I also just tucked the underskirt up into the dress because I wasn't sure if it would fray or not if I cut it with scissors without sewing. So it just kind of tucked into the dress, which kind of makes it poofier, which is more fun, I think. So that's cool. But yeah, that's all the random stuff I've done. I don't know how exciting that was. So I'm going to end this. Thank you all for watching. I hope this was a little bit entertaining at least. And I'll see you next time. Bye.